Alright, so next up, the faction that basically opposes Katerin, though it's for kind of different reasons, from what I understand. This is Kostaltyn. I think I pronounced it Kostaltyn, I think. The Great Orthodoxy. As supreme patriarch of the Ursinite faith, Kostaltyn is one of the most powerful spiritual leaders in Kislev. Wild and unkempt in appearance, he is a howling, angry firebrand on the battlefield, urging his devoted followers onwards to fight and die in the name of the Great Bear. So, from what I understand, he's basically a zealot when it comes to following Ursin, and he vehemently opposes Katerin. Though what's funny is we're going to see here is that he actually apparently liked her father. I guess he thinks that her father was more of a faithful servant or follower of Ursin than Katerin is, as she apparently is not necessarily being a full-on worshiper of Ursin, but instead is doing more duties of a queen, like, ruling the court and the country and following and learning like the lore of ice magic and such. And apparently he doesn't agree with that. So I've also heard that this is one of the more difficult campaigns to play, and let's just say I'm not really fond of zealots in general. So let's just say I'm more inclined to play Katerin instead of Kostaltyn. But I've also heard that the guy we'll be looking at in the next video, Boris, who is Katerin's father, is actually one of the easier, of the three, he's probably the easiest to play. That's what I've heard. I don't have personal experience with that yet, because some of these I haven't even tried yet. This is going to be the first time I've even tried Kostaltyn, though we're really just looking at the intro, honestly. So his faction effects. Diplomatic relations, minus 40 with the faction the Ice Court. Like I said, he apparently very much can't stand Katerin, and is very opposed to her. Devotion generated 10 from successful Patriarch hero actions. Ward save 20% for embedded Patriarchs. Melee attack plus 5 for Kosars, Calcifite Dervishes, and Horus Archer units, as well as plus 5 leadership. Lord effects, wound recovery time minus 2, and passive ability Frenzy. Which, fortunately, if you hover over it, it tells you what that is. Frenzy is base weapon damage plus 10%, armor-piercing weapon damage plus 10%, charge bonus plus 10%, and melee attack plus 8%, plus he's immune to psychology, which is enabled if leadership is higher than 50% of base. So, let's see and learn more about Kostaltyn. Kislev, the bulwark against the darkness. Is it? It is Kislevite blood that has protected the old world. And yet, where is their gratitude? Such sermons are preached by the supreme patriarch of the Ursinite cult and leader of the Great Orthodoxy, Kostaltyn. By the way, I was checking, apparently the lore and information you get is just kind of like what I've been giving to you. I guess they must have changed it, but I don't know. I guess this is their way of doing it. But who do they put upon the throne? A child. The daughter of the Red Tsar has fallen to the heresies of the Ice Witches. If Kostaltyn is to save Ursin, to step into the Chaos Realms, then the Supreme Patriarch must take control of the motherland and have a united nation at his back. I journey to him now. He prays at a sacred site hidden by the Orthodoxy, the resting place of Boris Ursis.
At the icy grave of Kislev's most glorious leader, I found the one I seek. Kostaltyn of Kislev. There is no price he would not pay to save Ursin. And with the death of Tsar Boris Burger, he alone has belief enough to perform this miracle.
It is a mercy that you cannot witness Kislev's desolation. Your son has been taken from us. I see it in visions. He bleeds, trapped and alone. Yet instead of worship, the Tsarina dallies with frost magic and courtly intrigue. Forgive me, my Tsar, but your daughter fails you. Doom comes for Kislev. The shade who follows me shows himself.
I know where Urson dies, and I can take you to him.
Lies will not save you, disciple of the Dark Gods.
Listen to me. My book reveals a path to his deathbed. I will show you the way for one drop, just one, of Urson's divine blood.
Heresy, sin unbound.
It will free me of a chaos-sent curse. It will make me pure. And your faith will save your god.
Bring your book. The motherland endures, whatever the cost.
Our goal is to rescue Urson, the god-bear of Kislev, from the clutches of Be'lakor. After fraught bargaining, my price is agreed, and I will do all I can to guide the Kislevites to their lost god.
Mere moments are left to prove your profane book will aid my work and save Urson, heretic!
Your Grace, if you are to rescue Urson, you must do so from a place of strength. We do not have time to persuade, so must chastise those hostile to us. Wipe out the Ungol kindreds, and seed their settlements with followers who share the ideals of the Great Orthodoxy. Further to the east, an even more despicable threat lurks: the vile rat men of Hell Pit. If we are to welcome Urson back to the motherland, such abominations must be purged. But not all are enemies this far north. Allies can be found in the proud city of Prague. They have had their fill of heretics and deviants, so will welcome your sermons and scrutiny by the Orthodoxy. Further south, however, is the Witch's Nest. She claims the capital and defiles the once great palace of her revered father. These towns fall under the Ice Queen's influence, but can be won over, or trodden underfoot, if they refuse to see the truth. And in the southwest lie the lands of the Empire, weaklings who have taken Kislev's protection for granted. Perhaps it is time to punish the ungrateful, or see if they are willing to be converted. So, you see, Your Grace, we have many heretics to slay. But be ready, for when the time is right, we shall fight our way into the Chaos Realm itself.
So, yeah, I'm not really sure. If you're more knowledgeable about this, feel free to inform me in the comments. What exactly is Katerin doing that is so horrible? In terms, of, like, as they say, defile her, her father's throne. What exactly is she doing that is just so off-putting to Kostaltyn and Boris? That's what I don't quite get here and picking up on, because it seemed as if she's doing just fine when we looked at her intro. I'm not really sure, like, why it is that apparently her with the the ice lore magic and the witches is apparently horrible to Kislev as well as Urson, compared to what Kostaltyn here is doing, which is leading a cult and is a zealot. Like, I don't know. I feel more inclined to side with Katerin than I do with Kostaltyn in this regard. I don't know. But then again, like I said, I'm not really that knowledgeable when it comes to this. Now, here's something I found kind of odd, and I heard someone else talk about this as well, is that Kostaltyn basically has the same things here that Katerin does. He has the motherland thing. That's not too crazy or too odd, but he has the ice court as well. Why? Why would Kostaltyn have access to this? Why would this be part of his mechanic? I know it's Kislev, but it feels like this is out of place. Why would he, being so opposed to Katerin with the ice witches and such, want to recruit them? I don't really understand that. So, if some of you can kind of fill in the gaps and kind of help me understand, if you're knowledgeable about Warhammer lore, feel free to do so. I'm a novice at this and would like to, learn more about this, try and understand these things better. But, so yeah, he's a spellcaster. He has things, as you can see here. And apparently he has battle prayers. I think I remember that from the guys, like, in the Empire. The one guy, gosh, I can't remember his name. But that's what it kind of reminds me of. So, oh, he actually starts with an elemental bear. Wow. So he starts off here at Castle Andronov in Troll Country. That's kind of funny. But, okay, so this is the province he starts off in. The Shrine of Urson. Ah, so that's one of the reasons why this is so close to where he's at. An ancient, enduring symbol of the courage of the Kislevite people. Since Urson's absence, the bear cult's influence has lessened as the Great Orthodoxy affirms more control over the holy site. Like, it's funny because in no way does it seem as if Katerin and the Ice Court are actually stopping following the likes of Urson, so I'm not really sure where the the anger about her rule comes from, because it doesn't seem like as if she's like denouncing Urson. She seemed to care about Urson when the advisor went to her. So yeah, I'm not really sure I understand. So that's the intro for Kostaltyn. And unfortunately, it looks like gameplay-wise, there's not really much of a difference between him and Katerin. So I have a feeling that's something that may be brought up, and maybe he'll get something more unique down the line in the future in a patch or a DLC. I don't know, we'll see. When we return, however, we will be getting to see the intro of the Lord that is available, but you have to unlock via an achievement by doing a battle. So from what I understand, so it works like this. There are 3 main buildings you have to take control of. Ehrengrad, Prague, and Kislev. Occupy all 3 of those, and have all 3 of them controlled for at least 10 turns, and then a battle will unlock. A quest battle. Once you do that quest battle and win it, you will unlock Boris. Now, in the campaign you play, you can actually choose to either have him be a faction, or you can have him join you as your faction as a lord. Or you can unlock him to play, which is what we will be looking at when we return. Stay tuned.